This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented to you by Cut. Cut is the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com. That's Kutt.com. And use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. And don't forget to enter our Super Bowl 58 props contest. Pick 58 Super Bowl props for a chance to win $1,000. You can enter for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/SB58 or in the SGPN app. All right, D-Gens, welcome back. It's your boy, Boston Capper, with the God Golf himself, Steve Shermer. We're not talking golf. We're talking the big game, the Super Bowl. I think we can say that. Can we say Super Bowl?
We can say that. I'm glad we're not talking about golf because I'm a little grouchy after what happened.
I'm not grouchy. It's the fucking first day. The first round's not even over yet. Usually this is me. This is weird for me to have to be like, calm you down. I don't like this.
Look, 3/4 of my positions are already out, but here's what happened. I have taken a little break on my lunch break. I went to the driving range. I got to get my clubs regripped. I'm looking forward to it. It was a nice, warm 48-degree day up in Rochester, New York. That means the driving range is completely packed. I left. The leaderboard was completely fine. Everything's going okay. I opened it back up, and the world just cratered at that point. And to put the cherry on top of everything, the Range Goats out to a huge lead on Live. They're all playing well, like I said. And you know who didn't bet them?
Yeah,
this guy.
Yeah,
this guy. But you know what I did do though? I told you about betting overs, my bread and butter. You know that's been my binky when things are really tough. 4 for 4 on those today. Nice. Including Ricky Fowler over 69.5. Bet a couple units on that. I covered all my Phoenix bets with those, but
I put Ricky on my first round leader card. Whenever I put money on Ricky Fowler, he sucks balls. So I'm just going to start letting everybody know when I decide I'm going to sprinkle it a little bit on him. Because of course history, I was like, whatever, let's give it a shot. Ricky, no.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, you know what? We can do a little arbitrage like Rufus does. You know, you put him on like your first round leader card. I bet him over for the round prop, and there you go. We'll end up coming top. We'll split the money. But no, we are talking about the Super Bowl, the big game. I'm excited. I got a lot of really good props. I was a little more, like I mentioned, I think on Tuesday during the Live show, I'm more confident of what I think the Niners are going to do versus the Chiefs. We can go over that, I think, now. So I guess high level, how do you see this game going? Don't give an official pick.
Yeah.
But just how do you see both teams kind of handling the game? Because I have a narrative in my head, and that kind of drove where I led my my props.
So my thing is I'm so fucking biased because I do not want fucking Kansas City to win. I just don't. So I don't know if it's my bias that's making me go that way. I just think that everybody thought the Niners were such a good team, and the playoffs kind of changed that. But I feel like Baltimore kind of stepped on their own dick, and they had every chance to win that game last week. I think Shanahan hopefully doesn't, shit down his leg like he normally does. I think the game plan is don't make Brock do too much. Nice, easy throws over the middle where KC is, easily got it versus where their corners are at. Run the fuck out of the ball with the best player in the NFL when KC's susceptible to that. I think it's a lot of that. I think it's going to be just like every other Super Bowl, right? Kind of get off to a slow start in the beginning. And I think if San Fran can control the ball, have long drives, I think they'll be fine. I think they come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, for San Francisco, I generally agree. I think they're going to try and protect Purdy. And, listen, young kid, not the most athletically gifted, but a lot of really good pieces around him. I am structuring my props card that it's going to be a lot of, like you said, a lot of easy throws, a lot of pressure off him, maybe a lot of running the ball because that KC pass rush has been just a beast the last month or so. A lot of that as far as the Kansas City side. So I guess it's a question of what we've seen for the last month, is that going to be just continuing? They are now the ball control Chiefs, basically. They just get a little lead and then they just sit on it. And the one thing I know as a Giants fan and, being on the other sideline from Andy Reid for a while is, they've had a lot of success running the ball for the last month or so. And besides Kansas City barbecue, the one thing Andy Reid loves is just forgetting to run and starting to pass. And I wonder if San Francisco is finally going to catch on that, hey, this entire offense is just Kelsey and Rashid Rice and Isaiah Pacheco, and they've completely just nuked the rest of the team.
Yeah.
We'll go over first touchdowns and the props with that later, but like it's just those three guys.
Yeah.
And are they just going to spend the last 2 weeks figuring that out? And is Andy Reid maybe going to try and be a little too cute? Maybe more throws to Justin Watson or Valdez Scantling, and it doesn't go that good. So we'll see what happens.
I think that's what I think Harbaugh. I think that's what Harbaugh did. I think he fucking outsmarted himself going into the last week. Like, I don't even remember what the number was. It's some absurd number that they ran the ball. And they're like one of the best running teams in the NFL all fucking year. And he decides to make Lamar drop back and throw the ball instead of just going at the other team's weakness and then being so stubborn about it, not even making halftime adjustments. Like, Harbaugh is one of the most overrated fucking coaches to ever walk this fucking earth. Yeah, so I don't know. And not like Shanahan's much better. I mean, 28-3, I can laugh till I die about that. Like what? Like, talk about forgetting to run the fucking ball. What are you doing, you fucking moron? Like, why is Matt Ryan dropping back? Like, thank God, thank you, Kyle. And then, dude, he should have won the game with fucking Jimmy Garoppolo, for Christ's sake. But he was so scared of Jimmy Garoppolo, he didn't let him loose until the fourth quarter. And then, of course, at that point, that kid didn't have any confidence, and he threw a fucking backbreaking pick. So I don't know. Shanahan can get in his own way. I think coaching edge. I think the coaching edge goes to Kansas City. Obviously, quarterback edge, but I think overall offense, San Fran, and I know San Fran hasn't been up to snuff lately, but I still think San Fran's unit can be on par with Kansas City's.
Yeah, I mean, it was what, like 45 days ago, we said this Chiefs offense is completely broken. I mean, they lost to the Raiders, for God's sakes. You got embarrassed by that. I mean, they went to Denver. I think they got almost shut out there. It just, everything looked very difficult for them. And all of a sudden, they kind of have made this little shift towards, okay, we're going to stop passing the ball. We're going to just, run it a little more. We're going to just try and get stuff to Kelsey. I don't know if Kelsey was just playing rope-a-dope all season long because he looks like a completely different guy now. But
dude, he had frying pan hands that fucking first game. He was lucky.
That's true.
Fucking dropped plenty of balls that fucking first game.
Yeah, but it was also like 0 degrees.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, I don't know. Kelsey's such a douchebag. I didn't like him before the Taylor shit. Taylor doesn't bother me at all. Like that shit doesn't bother me. Him being a complete douchebag for his entire existence is what bothers me.
Well, I think you need to be honest with the audience right here. I think you are a little threatened by the fact of with Mahomes going after Brady's legacy.
Oh, I am definitely threatened with Mahomes.
And I think you're also a little defensive about how everybody's saying, Kelsey's the best tight end in football, which is not true at all.
Yeah, it's not. The difference is that I can actually appreciate Mahomes and what he does, right? Like, I can appreciate like how great he is. Like, he's a great quarterback, and it's fun to watch him. I can't get over how much of a douchebag Kelsey sounds like when he gets on the microphone. He pretends he culturally appropriates. Is that the right word on how he speaks? He grew up in the suburbs, and he pretends there's a Boston sports guy who talks about it all the time, and it's maddening how fake and awful Travis Kelsey is. His brother is much better. Like, completely different people.
I don't know. He plays for the Eagles, so I think
I know.
Dickhead too. But listen, I mean, Kelsey's not even the best tight end in the franchise history. It's Tony.
No, fucking Tony Gonzalez.
I always know there's history. Tony was the absolute man. Yeah. So, all right, why don't we head to our first break, and then we will start going down our top 3 San Francisco 49ers props.
All right, love it. Listen, if you guys are looking for a super offer for the Super Bowl 58, DraftKings Sportsbook got you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. All the lines you hear tonight from me, they're going to be coming from DraftKings. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available. Problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boudreaux Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Toronto. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See DKNG.com sportsbook.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming sources. And Underdog. Listen, I've been loving doing the stupid little golf drafts on Underdog. Fun on Wednesday nights. They always look like they can't lose. They can lose. Underdog fantasy, but they do have a great way to play it. They got rivals, they got the drafts. All you gotta do is pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. You can win 100 times your money with some spicy plays. So watch along, make your picks, and maybe a little cash over to Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up for promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN. All right.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's get to San Francisco 49ers props. So I guess let's go 3-1 and we'll go alternate back and forth.
And we're starting with San Fran?
Yep. Just San Fran, like player props or team props or whatever.
Okay.
So,
perfect.
All right. Kick it off. What's your number 3?
All right, so number 3 is the one that I am least confident in, but I like we talked about, right? Nice short throws for Purdy, nice easy throws, get him in rhythm. Nothing crazy, game management type things. It's 20.5 completions. That is like the perfect fucking number. He had 20 against Detroit, 23 in Green Bay, and then 22 against Washington. So I think it kind of works either way, right? Either they get out to a slow start like they have been and going down and they have to throw to catch up, or it's just a regular game plan and he has to throw the ball, whether that's to McCaffrey, Kittle over the middle. Like I feel like there's gonna be a lot of screens, a lot of over the middle to Kittle and Debo, maybe if he can stay healthy. So I like it over 20.5 for Brock Purdy.
Okay. So this is my honorable mention. I got 21.5 and I went under.
It's right there, man.
Yeah. So
right there.
So my rationale is like when I say they're going to protect Purdy, like I mean, maybe he's not even throwing the ball a whole lot.
But that's what Shanahan did last time, and it fucked him with Jimmy G. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, maybe he wants to do it again. I don't know. Maybe he's got a short memory. This is a different team. So what I'm thinking is just a lot of running. When we talked to Jeff, carries to Deebo Samuel, a lot of McCaffrey. We'll get to another guy on my card in a little bit. But you also got to remember too, because I bet over 20.5 for Purdy in the Lions game. I'm like, okay, well, this is easy. Like, I mean, listen, the Lions suck like on the secondary. 20.5 is going to be fine. And he got to about 17 in the fourth quarter, and then it just kind of stopped. He had about 20. That was I got beat on the hook by a couple things during the championship weekend. Not great, but you got to remember too that there really only is 4 targets on that offense. It is McCaffrey, it's Ayuk, it is Debo, and it's Kittle. They really don't really throw to anybody else. So
they'll throw one to Jennings, maybe one to Ushchek.
Okay, that's about it. You got Ayuk against. Who's their quarterback? L'Jarius Sneed?
Jarius, yeah.
Yeah. So everyone's taking the unders on that. So really it's McCaffrey and Debo and Kittle to get you 21.5. So, or 20.5 there. So, but hey, you know what? Maybe we'll middle it.
Let's hit 21, baby. Blackjack. We both win.
Okay. All right. Well, I do have a 49er receiver on receptions. I paid a little juice on this, but I took George Kittle over 3.5 reception to -145 there. I think it's 4.5 a couple other places. I have to find 3.5 for a little juice. Went with that. So even though Kansas City's 10th in DVOA against tight ends, they give one of the highest rates in catches to tight ends. They give about 7.5 per game, and Kittle's the only real tight end in town there. And the Chiefs also run fairly high amount of man-to-man defense. In that situation, targets tend to shift towards Kittle and man-to-man. Goes from about an 18% target rate to 22% target share. And he's got a 72% catch rate in man-to-man coverage, is one of the highest in the league. And when Brock Purdy throws to Kittle in man-to-man coverage, he has a 130.9 passer rating. Kind of like what you said, a lot of easy throws, stuff over the middle. When Casey's bringing that the blitz or the pressure, he might be a nice little safety valve. I think Kittle's going to have a decent game over 3.5 receptions, -145.
That was funny. That was my honorable mention too. I like that better than the ads. I'm happily paying the juice for that. It is a little. The reason it was honorable mention for me is just because he's gone under that 3 out of the last 6 games or something. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 out of the last 5. And so it's like he gets the targets, but it's I don't know. He only got 3 targets in Detroit, but I don't know. I like him. I just didn't want the yardage. I was like, I find 59.5. I think he can get to the catches a hell of a lot easier. Like we said, the over the middle stuff, man-to-man stuff. And that's where KC can get beat. They're not getting beat on the outside.
Right. There you go. All right. What's number 2 for you?
So number 2 for me is Ayuk. And I'm going to go under, right? I'm pretty sure, like you said, everybody else is going under too. I don't even think it matters that he's on that cornerback's on Legarius, whatever his name is. He has it, so it's under 4.5, and the juice isn't even that bad. He hasn't had over 4 catches since New Year's Eve. He gets the targets, but for whatever reason, he's not catching. He's gotten 3 receptions each in his last 3 games, and now he's going up against really, really solid corner with a conservative game plan. I think 4.5 is just wrong. I think it should have been 3.5. So if I'm getting a whole nother catch and the juice isn't even crazy, I took the under 4.5 Ayuk. It was like minus 130, I think.
Yeah, I mean, a good game for Ayuk is like 6 catches anyway. So if you got a good corner, a different game plan, I mean, I think that's why everybody's so high on Debo props this week, is because they see Legarius Sneed over on Ayuk and say, okay, he's going to shut him down, and they're going to go that route. All right.
And his yardage is 59.5 too. I like the receptions better, but I like both of them.
Okay. Yeah, because he can break one. Number 2 for me, I'm thinking about a very run-heavy scheme with the Niners, using a lot of Debo, using a lot of McCaffrey. But listen, you've seen McCaffrey for the last month and a half or so, and he's on the sideline. He's getting that little thing on his thigh. They're trying to warm that up. He had the calf injury towards the end of the year. I've noticed watching a lot of McCaffrey the last month or so is he's getting a little slow getting up. So I know that this is the last game. Obviously, I want to ride him, but I feel like if they're really going to commit to the run, because you can run on the Chiefs, it just, like you said, the Ravens just decided to abandon it. The Dolphins didn't try to run either. So Elijah Mitchell, his over-under on rushing attempts is only 1.5.
What?
And I took the over at minus 105.
That's banana land.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though.
So here's the problem. Here's the problem with the Super Bowl. The menu is like the Cheesecake Factory. You miss fucking gems like that. That is a fucking gem. I love that.
Mitchell, so the thing is with Mitchell, though, there's some, like when he plays, he gets like 3, 4, 5 carries. Yep. There are games, though, he doesn't get a touch.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, why it's a little risky here. But 1.5 for Elijah Mitchell, and I think it's going to be a run-heavy scheme. I'm going to go with that from minus 105. It's almost a coin flip. I just need 2 rushing attempts. That's it. I'm going to get really annoyed when one is like a screen that looks like a rushing attempt, but it's just barely over the line, and it counts as a reception, and that's his only 2 touches of the game. So
that sounds about accurate.
Yeah, based on my luck this year, it's probably going to be that. All right, what's your most confident San Francisco 49er prop?
McCaffrey over 90.5. Like this is gonna be. And listen, there's no value in this fucking number, but McCaffrey's the best offensive player on this fucking field other than Patrick Mahomes, and it's fucking not close. The guy runs, he catches. The rushing and receiving, if you like that one better, if you think he's gonna take it to the house, his receptions is 3.5. I want to say it's 45 for the over on. I like both of those as well, but I just think if he's going to get that many carries. Now, look, the injuries do worry me a little bit, especially this is what Tommy always gets on me because I like to bet unders most of the time, but I wasn't going to come on here and talk about a bunch of unders. Just because, listen, it's football. Injuries can happen, right? Weird shit happens, right? Unders are definitely more profitable for the most part, especially in big games because everybody likes to bet overs, right? And you're going to see this number creep up. And so you're probably going to be able to get some better under numbers by the time Sunday comes around. But I think that I really do, man. McCaffrey is such a he's a different animal, man. Like he is just such a beast. The only time he hasn't gone over that number. I guess he got 90 last against Detroit. But then it was Washington. He only ran the ball 14 times. Anytime he runs the ball, he ran for 14 times, got 103 against Baltimore. 17 for 98 against Green Bay. He's obviously going to be the focal point of the offense. He's going to get fucking 18 carries. And if he gets 18 carries, then he just has to average, somewhere around 5 yards a carry, and he'll be fine.
Here's the thing, though. So I know you, and you have a bit of a bulky heart, and every time he's going to get a carry, there is going to be a little split moment saying, "Are you going to get up this time?
Yep.
You're going to get up
Absolutely.
without a limp?"
Yep.
And that's a high total, unless he just breaks one.
But now you've given me the hedge of Elijah Mitchell over 1.5 carries.
That is true.
I'll take half of what I'm betting on McCaffrey, and I'll put it on that. It's so facto injury insurance.
There you go. Who's the other one? Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. That's the fly in the ointment, sir.
We will be very upset on our text chain if we see a lot of Jordan Mason in the Super Bowl, who I think has been on a milk carton for a couple months now.
Let's see. What has he even done? Has he got a carry lately? Okay, so he's only had one carry in the last 6 weeks. So
okay. All right. I think we're okay. Hopefully, knock on wood. All right. Well, I'm going back to Brock Purdy. Again, I'm trying to just stick with the theme. I'm thinking with the narrative with this game. Protecting Purdy. Don't ask him to do a lot. And I was trying to think of, like, game long stuff like attempts or the completions. I bet the completions, but that's honorable mention. But I think at least in the first half, it's foolproof based on how I see the game going. Either Kansas City really is just going to sit on the ball and just bleed the clock, and they can really run on the Niners, and they're going to dominate time possession in the first half. Purdy's probably not going to have too many opportunities to throw, but the game is still close. They can still do their game plan, or they just milk the clock. They're just running this conservative game plan. Purdy's not doing a ton in the first half. He's a slow start anyways. I got him under 126.5 passing yards in the first half and minus 125.
Perfectly fine with that, because I'm taking the first half under, first quarter under. I don't mind that 126 because his total number is only 240. So you're getting, I'm gonna write that one down too.
Yeah, I think actually after I bet it, it's down to like 125.5. So it's moved 1 yard, but yeah, I just think based on how I see the game going, I don't think they're gonna ask Purdy to do a lot unless they absolutely have to. They're down big. And with this Chiefs team, just how they're constructed, they're not a blowout team, at least in the first half. So I'll take the under on them. So, oh no, we lost you here. You are on mute. So let me actually pick this up while you are fixing.
Yeah, so I don't know. So
there you go.
My computer started talking to me, and it was like some fucking back ad. I got 9,000 tabs open. I couldn't figure out what started playing a live ad.
Okay, why don't we close all the tabs then?
I need the tabs open. They got my
you need 9,000 tabs open?
I don't need them all open, but
okay. All right. Anything honorable mention for you?
Yeah, so I like the Kittle. I like that angle, especially with the receptions over the ads. I like that. I love that. I love the Mitchell. And I just looked. He got 4 carries last game for fucking 7 yards and a TD.
There you go.
I like. And then I like the Purdy under the first half. Other than that, this is, like you said, it's such a funnel offense. The juice is through the fucking roof. They're both funnel offenses. Like, it's just everybody knows who's getting the targets. I'm not paying the fucking juice for over fucking big numbers. I'm just not. And I'm also not fucking gonna play the unders on guys who get targeted fucking 10 times in a game. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. So it's like a Mexican standoff. I'll just go find money to put on other shit.
Yeah, there you go. So obviously the under on Purdy 21.5 pass completions. Hopefully we can middle that there. But with inspiration from Jeff Feinberg from Tuesday and from you after a couple of gin and tonics, you guys are so heavy on Deebo Samuel. I parlayed Deebo Samuel over 2.5 rushing attempts and over 78.5 rushing receiving yards for plus 160. So if again, a lot of running with this team, they're going to have some gadget plays for Deebo. We'll get the rush attempts up for him.
I like Deebo's receptions too. I got to look at the alt line just because I remember just looking at it like, I'm not betting that. I just moved on pretty quickly. Like, I'm just not betting that. I moved on, but I want to dig into it a little more. Maybe take a look at some alt line stuff because I do think he's going to have a big game. So yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. Very good. So, all right. Why don't we take another break?
Yep.
And then we will move on to Kansas City props, which I had a lot harder time coming up with those.
All right, mine were pretty easy. We'll see if you agree with
Okay.
mine. I think
All right.
pretty easy. So, all right. Well, listen, Super Bowl 58 props contest, $1,000 winner take all, free to enter. Everybody, it's free. Pick 58 props for Super Bowl 58. You enter today over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/SB58. Or the link in the SGPN app. And Cut is the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and available in 40 states. Social betting is a new and better way to bet. Bet directly against your friends or other users in sports, politics, pop culture, and other events with verifiable outcomes, plus tons of social features that give it a feel of a betting social network. Plus lower vig and fully customizable odds. You can create your own bets. Cut handles the payment side of things, so you're not going to chase anybody down for money. Plus, they got group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and more. Plus, you get cash back every time you bet against your friends or other users. And our partners at Cut are giving away $5,000 to the user who refers the most new depositors by the end of the Super Bowl weekend. All you have to do is invite your friends to sign up for Cut via the invite friend button on your dashboard and have them deposit before Monday. The user with the most deposit referrals will get $5,000 Insight credit automatically added to their account next week. Cut, the peer-to-peer social betting platform, is U.S.-based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com. That's KUTT.com and use code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And listen, if you guys money bags, listen to us. I mean, you're betting on golf sometimes, so you guys are in that range that typically have more money for advertisers. So Game Time, listen, you want some Super Bowl tickets? Game Time probably got you covered, man. You can buy them up to the last minute. So if you want to fly out to Vegas and not have to deal with Joe Knuckles, the scalper, and actually get a verifiable ticket, go there, man. Plus, you get to find out exactly where the seat is. You see what it's going to look like, and they guarantee the lowest price. And if they find the seat in the same row for less, it's going to give you 110% of the value. So listen, it's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. 2 taps and you're set. Plus, they get sent directly to your phone, so you don't have to dig through your email. So snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app now. Create an account and use code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem promo code CFBX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Yeah, right. And listen, if you miss out on Super Bowl tickets, you still want to fly to Vegas, you probably get tickets to the LVIII event for pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Go hang out in the Birdie Shack.
The Birdie Shack, baby.
Yeah.
Whatever. Man, that plane is cool.
The plane is cool. I don't think John Rahm was a big fan of the music blaring right next to the 17th green there.
It was not.
No, I don't think Brooks was either. They got out of there in a big hurry. Did you see that Brooks broke his driver, so he had to use 3-wood all day today?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So why did you? I mean, he's got another bat. He's got one somewhere, right? He can't go to the.
He had an older driver, but it had the wrong shaft, and he was just spraying it all over the place. So he said, "Forget this. I'm just going to hit 3-wood." So that's really going to skew my driving numbers on him this week. I'm going to have to keep a mental note that Brooks Koepka actually is one of the longest hitters in this tour, not shorter than Abe Answer today. So, all right. Let's go to the Kansas City props. I'll go first on this one. I already talked about this one on the Tuesday show, but if you missed on the cross sport prop between the winning score of Waste Management higher than Patrick Mahomes passing yards, you can still get it at 262.5. Again, I think there is a chance of the Niners, if they commit to the run, being successful and really dominating the time of possession this game. And we see with this Chiefs team, even if they are successful, they're very ball control, small ball. They're not the explosive offense they used to be. And I think this total has gone under, 6 of the last 8 games for Mahomes. And in games when they haven't had the clock on their favor, he hasn't had a lot of opportunity. So under 262.5 for passing yards. There's a couple avenues with it. Either the Niners just dominate the game and Mahomes doesn't have the opportunity to pass, or they just do what they've been doing and they sit on the ball and he doesn't get this number. So I'll go under on his passing yards.
All right.
I know you don't love it.
Yeah,
You're scared
I can see it. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm obviously scared of Mahomes. But look, I mean, so I'm trying to pull it up, and I don't know why this fucking page is not open, but I was looking at his Super Bowl numbers, and obviously different teams, blah, blah, blah. But he's not like lighting up the scoreboard with like passing yards. I don't necessarily hate it. But yeah, I think my issue with it is that it's like you said, it's such a fun offense. It's fucking three guys who do shit, right? It's Mahomes, Pacheco, Kelsey, and Rice, right? So I don't know. So let's see his last. Yeah, so he went 286, 270. And his last one, he went 182 and actually fucking won that game. So yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So yeah, he's right there. And I think the ball control thing is definitely an interesting aspect. I wonder, I'm gonna do a little digging and see like what the average number of possessions for each team is during the game, and then maybe or the last couple games in the playoffs, and try to make some projections based off of that, and even probably less possessions because everybody's well. You think I would actually think it's probably more possessions this game, but I don't think they're meaningful possessions. I think they're going to be tight in the first quarter, so there's going to be more 3-and-outs, more stalled drives, so maybe more possessions, but maybe not as more meaningful possessions. So that's my brain goes 9,000 different ways. Yeah,
like less efficiency there.
Yeah. All right. So I don't mind that. So my third is Pacheco. Over 67.5. The guy runs his ass off. The only thing that makes me a little worried about that, there's 9 million different practice reports coming out. It's not like McKinnon runs the ball, but if McKinnon is in and plays, that takes Pacheco off some of the third downs, right? Where they can run a draw and they can do things like that. I mean, Pacheco, while he has a shit ton of wasted motion, he hasn't had less than 68 yards since Vegas on Christmas. So, I mean, even in Buffalo, he only carried the ball 15 times, got 97. Cincinnati 18, 130. Like he'll get there. Like he was inefficient as shit against Baltimore, and he still fucking got there. I think it's the same thing. It's that ball control shit. So if it doesn't go the way I think it's going to go, and Kansas City's up, and Andy Reid wants to take the fucking air out of the ball, and he actually remembers to take the fucking air out of the ball, Pacheco's going to get work, and he's going to get to that 67. And yeah, I just think of all the guys who get hyped up, I mean, holy shit, that dude is gonna look like the Tasmanian devil on that first drive. I guarantee it. He's gonna be doing nose beers on the sideline.
He reminds me of Ahmad Bradshaw, just the way he.
I can see that.
Just a little bowling ball of power.
Yeah,
a lot of energy.
He has so much wasted movement. It's fucking wild.
Well, Ahmad Bradshaw also had a short career because he just wanted to hit everybody, and I think Pacheco was probably on that trajectory there too.
That's my third. That's my third one.
Yeah, he'll probably be on the practice squad for the Jaguars in 4 years and then wash out. So, so Pacheco is number 2 on my list. I went a slightly different angle than you. I went over 86.5 rushing and receiving yards.
Love it. I almost took his receptions too. Because I think there's going to be a lot of checkdowns too. Yeah,
so there's a lot of checkdowns to the Niners. That's why we almost cashed that with what the hell is that guy's name? I forget that rookie running back for Detroit now.
Gibbs.
Yeah. Why did I think Javid Best? That was the first one that popped in my head. That's a time warp. That's a huge time warp there.
We are old.
I am very old. I'm on little sleep. I woke up 5 times last night with the baby. I'm not doing good right now. I'm not doing good. Javid Best. But Pacheco has gone over this total in 6 of the last 8 games. And I saw a quote from Andy Reid saying he thinks this is a stretch that McKinnon's going to play. He doesn't think he's going to activate in time. So I think it's going to be all to himself again, unless somehow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a bunch of incriminating photos on Andy Reid again and just gets like 10 carries irrationally. But he's gone over 6-8 in the last 8 games for over 86.5 rushing receiving. Again, if I think it's going to be ball control offense, that's the route I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I love it. Yeah, like I said, I was his receptions at 3.5 at plus money was my honorable mention. I think it's like plus 140 over 3.5. And for all the reasons we talked about, like I love betting unders to running backs, but like you said, it's very stressful for me during the game. And he got 4 catches last week. And so, I mean, if it's a similar type game where it's ball control and they're still going to dump it off to him, McKinnon's not playing. CEH has got fucking stone hands. So yeah, I don't mind that at all. So
yeah. Running backs against the Niners get 7.9 catches a game. So I think how many went over Gibbs's head in the Lions game there?
Fucking 4.
Yeah. He ended up with 3. Got killed on the hook again with that.
Oh, dude, that was a bad weekend for us.
That was a real bad weekend, and I've had a couple of bad weekends other than the Neiman outright since then.
I'm just glad my local he like hit me with the balance. I was like, yo, I was like, those fucking placements. I was like, dude, it's only 54 holes. My other books didn't mark those as losses. He was like, all right, that's fine. I was like, fuck yeah.
Wow. Alpha move.
It's like, Dad, I was like, Daddy's not as deep in the red as he needs to be. Let's go.
There you go. All right. So my number one Kansas City prop. Again, this is kind of weak.
Wait, I didn't give you my second one.
Oh,
wait, you started, right? You started. Did you start? You started.
I did start.
Yeah. Go ahead. Your turn.
Well, I did Pacheco. So yeah, actually, it's your number 2 now.
All right. So mine is one that I found on 2 different books. One's on DraftKings, and I found it on, I think, the Bet 365 or something like that. But anyway, so it's Mahomes, 15 rush yards and 215 pass yards over on both at -120. I fucking love that bet. Love it. The only thing that terrifies me, and tell me if my memory is wrong about this, I'm pretty sure he ruined, was it last Super Bowl where he like went back like 10 yards and kneeled?
I think it was actually the Chiefs-Niners one. He ruined it.
Okay. Yeah. So that sticks out in my memory. But yeah, I don't care. Like my number one bet is correlated to that. And I just love that a lot, man. Mahomes runs and he runs in good spots. He's running more now than he ever has. And in the last 3 Super Bowls, he's rushed over that every single time. And even with the back. So I love that. And he's definitely getting a 215. He might not get to 260, but he's getting a 215.
Mm-hmm. Likely, unless he pulls a hammy, and that would be really devastating for everybody.
If he pulls a hammy, I will happily lose my bet. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what's the catch there.
It's a trappy. It's trappy.
It's very trappy. What do they know?
I don't know. Maybe they got the script. Who knows?
Possibly. All right. So my number one pick again. Like I didn't love Chiefs props, but this is one I had on there. So there's a lot of talk about the kickers. This game, how Jake Moody just isn't very good.
No,
he's very rattled. And you can actually get Kansas City has the longest field goal of the game at -120. And Harrison Butker is actually perfect from over 40 yards so far this year. 4 for 4 in the regular season for over 40, 5 for 5 over 50, 2 for 2 over 40 in the postseason here. And then Jake Moody, only 3 for 5 over 40 in the regular season, 2 or 3 over 50, but he's 2 for 4 over 40 in this postseason. I'll just trust the guy, the better kicker, the one with the bigger leg, to get the longest field goal of the game, considering how accurate he is and how inaccurate the other guy is. Longest field goal is KC -120.
Okay, I like it. That's
all right.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, bet against Moody. You don't need much more logic other than that. Bet against the shitty kicker, whose nerves can't handle regular season. Never mind the fucking Super Bowl. Oh God, I can't believe I think fucking San Francisco is going to win this game. So stupid. Anywho, and my number one bet is Mahomes over 4.5 rushing attempts. He's got 6. In his last 3, he's gone over that in every single Super Bowl. I just think that he's gonna pull it down. He's gonna run and get away from Bosa for whatever reason. He can escape those sacks. I just think he extends fucking plays and he runs. And look, if the game doesn't go the way I think, and he gets a couple kneel downs at the end, those count too. I love over 4.5. I fucking love that bet. Like, love it.
Yeah, I was going to say that I had over 4.5 in the Ravens game, and he was sitting on 3, and I was praying that they got the first down to get a 2-minute warning. And I was like, yes. One of the few bets I won on the weekend. I at least got that one. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, kneel downs count. So
that's why I didn't do the odds.
Yeah, maybe that could offset your the Niners pick, which
so I like his deal. I'm not going to be fucking super heavy on the side just because I'm so. Okay, fine, let's just get into the game, right? Let's just talk about it.
Well, hold on.
We can just get what?
I got one more honorable mention. It's a overall game prop. It's not a team prop.
All right, what you got?
So again, I'm thinking about ball control. You're going to protect Purdy. I don't think they're going to ask him to do a whole lot there. And just the Chiefs, how they've been running. It's a lot of small ball, not explosive. Again, just kind of sit on leads.
Yeah.
I bet under 2.5 turnovers minus 115. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for interceptions. So it's going to come down, I think, the fumbles at that point. And maybe all this chatter about Purdy sucks now, maybe that's going to light a fire on his ass. He actually has a decent game. There's no Kadarius Toney to ricochet off his hands or his shoulder pads for a pick 6.
Yeah.
So maybe Mahomes is immune to the interceptions now. So I'll take the under on turnovers. I think that's been a popular narrative. People want to pound the over on Purdy's interceptions at like minus 150. Even my coworker, who's a Niners fan, he's like, yeah, you probably should bet that. He's terrified of Shanahan with Purdy. This game's trying, thinking he's like Steve Young or something. But
I'll take the under, opposite, which is funny. Like, it's the opposite of how Shanahan handles these quarterbacks that he doesn't have faith in. He doesn't treat them like Steve Young. He treats them like me and you out there. Like, Christ, I'm not letting this asshole throw the ball.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be under 2.5 turnovers for the game.
I like that one. I like that a lot. That's a good one.
Okay. All right. You want to go into first touchdown, or you want to get into the game pick?
Let's get into the game. So first touchdown, I don't really have those yet. I think I got. Yeah, we can go over yours. But yeah, let's get into the game. So what do we think the game's going to? So I'm terrified. Here's why I'm terrified to bet San Francisco money line. One is Patrick Mahomes. He's getting points. Why is he getting points? They've clearly looked better than San Fran in the playoffs. Every Tom, Dick, Harry, talking head, everybody in the world, I feel like, is on Kansas City. So that's the only thing that makes me feel a little better. When I'm on the internet, like, what do the bookmakers know? How come fucking Kansas City doesn't? Is it laying the points? And it's like, take a look at like the splits. At least some of the splits I've looked at, it looks like the sharper money is on San Fran. Now, that being said, I shit on sharp money sometimes just because they want to bet EV numbers and things like that. But man, like, I feel like at the beginning of the playoffs, like, San Fran would have been favored by more than this, right? Like obviously, look, things changed between the beginning of the playoffs and now, but I don't know, man. I'm terrified to bet against Mahomes, but I'm gonna stick to my guns and think San Fran is the better fucking team. And just like the 06 Pats, like, you can hide it for so long with a great quarterback, but eventually it catches up to you. So I think San Fran money line.
Okay. So I had a moment of clarity, I think, when I was driving my kid home, and a lot of what you said. And there is just so much assumption that America's sweethearts are going to get their fairy tale ending on the field. Kelsey getting the MVP and proposing. And the royal wedding, and their 5 kids that they're going to have, 5 new Kelseys, and invading the league in about 20 years or so. Everybody's just assuming that that's going to happen. And you also have people who just think the Niners kind of suck now. Maybe they were frauds. Maybe they only beat up on crap teams all year. Is their defense any good? And listen, stuff happens in 2 weeks between the championship game and the Super Bowl for unknown reasons. For example, when the Chiefs got blown out against the Bucs.
Woo, baby, that was the easiest money I ever made in my life.
Listen, I was on the Bucs too, but I don't think he ever thought I was going to go that way.
I'm pretty sure if we roll the tape back, you know me, dude. I am
okay.
I'm a staunch Brady over everything. So
okay, but rational post major life crisis
Rational me. What's that?
That's true. You don't have a rational side. No one actually saw that. No one saw the Chiefs just being broken in 2 weeks. So stuff happens. The Chiefs are also not going to have their guard. Sounds like it's
Tony's the stud, man.
Yep, and even though we like Pacheco, he's nicked up coming to the game. So I think just a combination of, and listen, what did we talk about in golf? We hate when the narrative comes through. So I'm just anti-narrative at this point. So I'm just gonna take the Niners -2. Maybe
I'm doing money line. Money line's only 120. And if they win by 2 and I don't win my bet, I'll be pissed.
All right. I haven't placed the bet yet, so I'll probably join you out. Yeah, fine. Niners money line. They're going to win the game. And I think everybody's just going to be so disappointed. And they're not going to know what to do after the game because, they're not going to have their big shining moment.
The Swifties they're going to feel their first taste of NFL defeat.
Mm-hmm. How sweet is that?
My daughters will be very fucking upset.
Oh, they'll be fine.
No, they like, it's funny, man. They'll come over like, They'll come out. They can point out Travis Kelce on the fucking field. It's wild.
So they're officially Chiefs fans then. That must make you feel real great.
No, they're not fucking Chiefs. There's not allowed in my house. No.
Oh, sure. All right, but when
I let Annalise cheer for the Jags just a little bit because we live here. That's it.
All right, when Daddy's mowing the lawn, the Chiefs jerseys come out then.
Oh, bullshit. Never. Yeah. Dude, my kids didn't even get Pittsburgh jersey. My wife from Pittsburgh. I was like, no, not in this house. Fucking only Boston teams. That's it. Sorry. So you don't care about sports like I do, Sarah.
There you go. All right, let's move on. Since we got the pick out of the way, let's go on to first touchdown. So you haven't bet anything yet?
No, because I was looking, and it's like because it's such a funnel offense. I was thinking about. So I was looking at Mahomes at 20 or 25, whatever it is, and just fucking Kelce, just for the stupid narrative. Kelsey's at like 9-1. I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
It's pretty good for KC. I mean, they're not going to move that much. The values all sucked out of this fucking market as it is. And then for San Fran, I was looking at Purdy at 28. Because he almost fucking ran one when I had him like 3 weeks ago. Went for that pylon, and the slow white motherfucker couldn't make the angle. And then Kittle at 11-1 seems fucking underpriced too. So I'm just going. I think I'm just going to go QB tight end combo. Call it a day.
Okay. I mean, you're right. The value is sucked out of this market, and like I really tried to find longer shots with this, but so I went looking at all right, what Justin Watson doing? He's got like 1 touchdown in like 2 years.
I actually hit. Wasn't he the first touchdown I hit in? Was it Germany? Is that where he hit?
Like I don't know. I was on the golf course at that point, so you might.
I think I texted you like 9 a.m. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
You might have done that. So
I was one of those guys.
Yeah, or like I mean, there's no one outside the big four. Well, actually, there's a couple guys outside the big four that I like for the Niners, but outside the big three on the Chiefs, like who really is there? And even Mahomes doesn't really like.
Towards the goal line for that corner.
Towards the goal line, he doesn't really run all that much. Ever since he got his knee bent the wrong way and that QB sneak, he's kind of doesn't really do a lot of that.
It makes sense.
So. And look, this is a Super Bowl. I understand betting 2 guys at the top of the board and a couple other long shots, probably not the best, but whatever. It's a Super Bowl. Who gives a shit? Yeah. So the Niners, I got 3 guys. I got Debo plus 950. Again, you guys have just sold me on this idea of Debo having a massive.
Great. I can't wait to get these fucking hate texts when he doesn't do shit.
Whatever. Listen, I am my own man. I make my own bets. But I will join in solidarity to what seems like the typical SGPN bet for first touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, 45-1, and Elijah Mitchell was 80-1.
I know. I looked at that too. I did that the last 2 playoff games. I just thought I don't get the appetite for it again.
Yeah,
so congratulations on your 80-1.
Listen, it's 80-1 Maybe McCaffrey gets a little nicked up.
Gets tired. I just think he gets tired.
I've seen that before. I've seen it literally happened this season. McCaffrey got tired. They took him out, and Elijah Mitchell scored.
Because he ran like 95 yards. I'm telling you, that's why I've been betting Mitchell. I'm gonna have to join you on Juszczyk too, just for network solidarity.
Okay, and then
his wife's a fucking smoke show too, and she's making all types of money now. Did you see that? Like she's coming out with this like fashion line. Like she made this. I
don't give a shit about any of that stuff.
I know. I'm just saying it's an interesting story. Like they caught her on the sideline. She's in this like hot outfit, but it's like 4 females, and like now she's like producing it already, and it's like, oh, get that money, girl. Because Juszczyk went to a fucking Ivy. Did he go to Harvard?
I have no idea.
He went to an Ivy. I know that. So he's a smart cat.
Okay, well, good for him. And then KC, listen, if a narrative is going to hit Travis Kelce plus 800, which apparently is like the biggest liability for the books.
So, and then why haven't they fucking moved it? That's my question.
I don't know.
Because they got the script.
Because they're getting a bunch of $5 bets probably.
Do you really think these people like out there that believe the fucking NFL has a script?
Yeah.
I think everybody's just in on the bit.
Have you turned on like TV the last?
I don't, dude. I refuse. I don't watch any ESPN, NFL Network, none of that shit.
Oh, not even sports. There's a lot of crap that a lot of people believe that.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. There are lizard people out there, I guess.
Anyways, I just maybe to just protect myself. Kelce plus 800 for first touchdown.
Love it. So, yeah, I'm with you.
All right, novelty props.
Come on.
So you don't have any, but I got some.
No, I do.
Okay. Okay.
So I have some weird ones. But so are you a coin flip guy?
No.
I know you're not. Okay, so I just wanted to assume. So I bet tails every single year. So that's it. Fucking even money. Tails never fails. Whatever. Fucking let's go. Always tails. So I have the only other like novelty I have that isn't a cross sport or like one that I want you to hear is Gatorade at plus 275 red. Both teams have red. Why wouldn't red be in the Gatorade? They don't share any other color.
That seems like that seems like that never comes through.
I would agree with that. But red is the best flavor. Right?
Yeah.
It's a little sweet, but all Gatorade's a little sweet.
I think I prefer the light blue. Like what, the Arctic Freeze?
Oh, so those are fine. The freezes are fine. Those are regular light blue, really good.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, those are my two randos that have nothing to do with football. I look for some Usher bets for like being the first song. Like that's got a cash. I couldn't find that. And I'll let you handle the anthem thing, but I think it's 100.
All right. Well, I don't have an anthem, but all right. So a week ago, I actually placed a decent bet because I had a long talk with my wife about the halftime show, and she's a big Usher fan. We thought OMG was going to be a very good opening song just because of how it starts. And, you don't really need another artist for that to introduce Usher to everybody. But then I saw that apparently they're doing a promotion with Ludacris and Lil Jon about, hey, Usher's missing. Do. And of course they're in. Yeah. So which is
dude, that song was a fucking banger.
No, it's a banger, but like the whole point of I feel like the Super Bowl is you want to hide the special guests and like a big surprise. Like when 50 Cent dropped from the roof and was hanging upside down, said Indie Club, I lost my shit because I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking sweet.
And I feel like with the special guests, you should surprise them. So like Lil Jon just randomly shows up in the middle. It keeps you hyped and everything. If you want to throw him out all the beginning with him and Ludacris, fine. Whatever. Yep. I get it. It's a perfectly fine opening song. That is going to be the opening song. So that is a lost bet. I'm already 0-1 with the Super Bowl with that. But let's try and give it a couple other winners. So my wife gave me a couple.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Let's start with the Puppy Bowl. She obviously loves the Puppy Bowl. She is a big dog person. I'm a big dog person too. And she was perusing the website. And we have a black and tan dachshund that is named Rudy, who's a lovable, cute little asshole that sometimes pisses in the house when he gets mad.
Yep.
But Team Fluff has this little guy named Beignet.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
From a rescue in New Orleans. And he is on Team Fluff. And Team Fluff is minus 150. She wanted me to lay juice on a pre-recorded dog show.
Yeah, ask Sean how that goes.
Yeah, as the winner. But Team Fluff, minus 150, and she loves the under 165.5 for some reason.
Okay.
Call it women's intuition. So if somehow you can parlay that or tease it, maybe, maybe that can work for you.
Nice.
So, all right, another one. She's also we're going to the anthem, but we're going to America the Beautiful. We're going to Post Malone.
Ooh.
Who I'm sure is going to enrage half the country.
Dude, he's so good.
Oh, he's excellent, but people are going to be like, why does he have all those weird markings on his face?
Yeah, Middle America is not going to love Post Malone.
It's not going to love that. But hey, listen, they got Reba McEntire, though. That's the compromise.
Yeah, you got to even it out.
Everybody together there.
You can't have Post Malone, a black halftime performer, and not have a white country performer, or Iowa and Texas will fucking riot.
They will. But... So we went through the images. So Post Malone, obviously very eclectic, wild guy, march to the beat of his own drum. He does try and dress it up for formal occasions like the Grammys or the American Music Awards. He does wear like a suit or a blazer, everything like that. So you can actually bet with his top if what he's wearing has sleeves or not to cover all the tattoos. And I think it's in a dome, but this is a formal occasion. It's national TV. He's singing "America the Beautiful." I think he's going to have a little bit of respect. Please. I think he's going to wear probably something with a blazer, It's going to be a very bedazzled wild blazer, but it's going to be a blazer.
I 100% agree with that take.
So you can bet on him wearing a top that covers his sleeve at -110. It's actually the underdog. I mean, it's juice, but
fucking love that.
All right, all right, I'll tell you where this is, and then maybe you can ask your local to give you the odds on it.
All right.
So, okay. All right, and then the last one, Taylor Swift. You got to have a Taylor Swift prop.
Yep.
So I gave my wife the link, and she was
how many did you get back?
Oh, I got back all these 5, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw like $15 on each. Like nothing serious, whatever. Let's just have some fun with it. But she is adamant that she said, quote unquote, she's always drinking. She always has a drink in her hand when they show her. So you can actually bet, will they show her in the broadcast holding a drink at +120?
Oh, that's fucking free money.
So there you go. But here's the catch, though. It's between kickoff and the end of the game. So if it's after the game, she's holding champagne or something, doesn't count.
That makes sense.
It's got to be during the game.
Okay, fine. She's going to have a high noon or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right. Well, that's it for me. I got nothing else. You got anything else?
So, yeah, check these out. Tell me what you think about these.
Okay.
So, DK did a boost. I don't have access to this yet, but I would bet if I had it. Both teams to score rushing TDs +200. 2-1. Both teams to score rushing TDs.
I've considered that.
All right.
I think Pacheco worries me. Like, maybe he gets a lot of yards into a touchdown.
Yeah.
But okay.
Fat guy.
But it's 2-1 though.
2-1. And then fat guy to score a touchdown. Always fun. 50-1. Fat guy. Offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman. Okay.
Yeah.
What about a really fat tight end?
No, I don't think that counts. O-lineman scores a touchdown.
All right.
And you can shop it. I think I started somewhere else at like 92. So
whatever.
That's always fun. And then so this is a Taylor. So DraftKings did basically plays on Taylor songs, but I don't understand any of it.
Oh yeah, I didn't understand either of those.
So this is called "Look What You Made Me Do." I believe that's a song, and it's
sure.
So even though I think San Fran wins this game, I think this is a very, very interesting good bet. KC trails in the 4th and wins. The comeback, the storybook ending. Kelsey catches the game-winning touchdown, down 3. Yeah, that's 5-1.
And then people are just pining for the sequel after that.
Oh, Christ. Yeah,
you and I are going to lose our mind if that comes through.
Oh yeah.
After what we went through with Fitzpatrick winning the U.S. Open there, and the countless other bullshit narratives. Ricky. God, Ricky.
All right, so tell me if these make sense. So I had to do one cross golf one, even though I don't love any of them. This is the only one I like the best. Spieth over birdies in the final round, and of course it's negated if he doesn't make it. Over made field goals in the game. So how many made field goals? 4 max?
I mean, the over-under is what, 3.5?
Yeah.
So 4. Usually the over-under on the birdies for the last round is 4.5, and it's going to be decent weather on Sunday. So yeah, I actually kind of like that.
All right, cool. Okay. That's -110. And then I got to be missing something here. I have to be. So it's Celtics points versus Miami. Miami's got a good defense. We just boat raced them at fucking Miami. Scored 140 fucking points. Over KC rush yards.
Okay.
So it's Pacheco, CEH,
Mahomes. Isn't there over under rush yards 120?
I don't know. I didn't look at that. But yeah. The Celtics. Well, the Celtics for the last couple of weeks. I see I didn't even think about. I think 120 is a lot, unless Pacheco has a fucking great game. If it's 60, then Mahomes gets fucking 30. Say that's 90. Where are the other fucking 30 yards coming from?
An end around to Travis Kelce to
score
the winning touchdown.
Oh God, it's not going to be a good day for me.
Maybe Kadarius Toney gets a carry and redeems himself.
God, listen, for my San Fran bet, I hope he's fucking playing. All right. Well, those are the only weird ones I got.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. That concludes a very busy week for us.
Very busy. And we're back on Sunday. Riviera preview, baby.
We do. We'll have to figure out when we're going to record. Maybe you can join me this time. But
yeah, I want to. You keep doing it at the fucking crack of dawn.
Dude, I got 2 kids, A lot of responsibilities. I got to find time when I can do it.
I know,
Right.
buddy. I'm just breaking your balls.
I know.
If I didn't, I didn't have the kids that night, so I slept in the next day. Other than that, I would have been up and I would have done.
Yeah. You see me do. I did one at like 5:30 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah, that was never happening for me ever.
I know it's not, but literally, like, this is my life. Like, that was literally the only time all weekend I could have done it.
Yep, fun stuff.
Yes.
All right,
Yay.
we'll figure it out on Sunday what time to go. It's gonna have to be early because I gotta go watch the BMIL. I was gonna try to squeeze in around the golf.
Well, so that's the thing. We'll have to coordinate schedule. It's either going to be Sunday morning or Saturday night.
Saturday night probably work better.
Okay. All right. Then.
All right. Anyway, it'll be out. It'll be out, everybody. And listen, this is the last football show. Let's end it, and then come on, make some more fucking money with golf for the rest of the year. Let's fatten it up and put some money on the next elevated event at Riviera. Let's go. See y'all next week.